Imagine an economy as a strictly controlled playroom. A giant central planner looms over a miniaturized city, dictating exactly where every resource belongs, what every factory builds, and where every person goes. Then the giant simply steps out and pulls the door shut. The directives stop. The power vacuum is absolute. If you're used to waiting for orders, this sudden silence is terrifying. Without a central authority telling everyone what to do, the logical assumption is that everything will grind to a halt in absolute chaos. But a total breakdown isn't the inevitable result. In the absence of a central planner, a different, hidden logic automatically takes over. We call this a market economic system, or a free enterprise economy. In this setup, the giant is permanently gone. Land, factories, and capital are entirely owned by private individuals, and central planning is zero. Instead of waiting for directives, millions of decentralized individuals look out for their own self-interest. They decide what to make, who to work for, and who to trade with. You might expect millions of people acting purely for themselves to tear the city apart. But instead, this dense, unplanned environment organizes itself into a highly coordinated, vibrant ecosystem. Which brings us to an operational problem. If millions of independent people aren't taking orders from a boss, how do they actually know what society needs them to build? Economist Adam Smith described this phenomenon as an invisible hand guiding the market, and the primary tool this hand uses to communicate with everyone is the price mechanism. If there's a sudden need for batteries, the demand curve shifts outward, pushing the price higher. That rising price signals factory owners that battery manufacturing is highly profitable. They ramp up production, and supply moves to match. Prices automatically direct materials and labor to where people value them most, processing millions of global data points faster than any human planner could. In this system, the ultimate authority belongs to the buyer. This is known as consumer sovereignty. By voting with their wallets across hundreds of competing stalls, shoppers dictate what deserves to exist. The market uses two primary tools to enforce the consumer's will. First is the carrot. Producers are lured by high profits to innovate and build what shoppers desire. Then there is the stick. If a producer ignores market signals, wastes materials, or builds things nobody wants, they are punished with bankruptcy. To avoid that stick, businesses have to constantly outmaneuver each other. They are forced to lower prices and raise quality just to survive the competition. It forms an engine that continuously rewards efficiency, punishes waste, and generates immense wealth, all without anyone officially being in charge. But this machine has severe structural blind spots. It is incredibly efficient, but it is completely blind to morality. When the free market fails to allocate resources efficiently for the good of society, economists call it market failure. Left entirely alone, a single company can hoard resources and crush its competition. Once they establish a monopoly, they can artificially inflate prices and break the very competitive mechanism that makes the market function. The market also refuses to produce public goods, like national defense or fire departments. These are non-excludable services, meaning you can't easily charge one individual for putting out a fire that threatens the whole town. Because anyone can benefit from a public good without paying for it, a glitch known as the free rider problem, profit-driven companies simply won't build them. A free enterprise system will rapidly solve any problem with a profit margin attached to it. It will completely ignore existential threats that don't yield a financial return. It also ignores spillover costs, known as externalities. Self-interested factories will happily dump pollution into the local river if they aren't legally forced to pay for the cleanup. And there is a stark human cost. A pure market economy naturally concentrates wealth, leading to extreme income inequality. The sick, the uneducated, or the vulnerable are left entirely behind simply because they lack purchasing power. The market economic system remains the greatest known engine for innovation and wealth generation, but its raw mechanics are inherently flawed if left entirely unchecked. To break up monopolies, build necessary public goods, and protect the people falling through the cracks, even the most robust free market requires a compromise. It needs a giant, the government, to occasionally step back into the room.